we see Tot Mom on video at the time of her arrest for the murder of her 2-year-old child. Calm, cool, collected, adjusting her nails, her hair, her makeup, her shirt. We are taking your calls live, and tonight a very special guest is with us, Private Eye Jim Hoover, joining us out of Tampa, Florida. He's joining us exclusively, and you all know, all of you legal eagles, that Jim Hoover is the Anthony private investigator. He also performed security for them, who went with Private Eye Dominic Casey to the location where this child's remains were triple bagged and thrown away like she was trash. Mr. Hoover, we started playing the music as you were speaking when we went to commercial break. Explain to me again why you and Dominic Casey, the other PI, were at that scene where little Kaylee's remains are in a bag long before cops ever knew anything about it.
Well, as I said, he had called me the night before and invited me to come down to do some bodyguard work for the Anthonys, they meet and greet. And when I got there, he asked me to go into the office. At that time, he asked me to have a seat, and he told me that he had something to tell me. I asked him what it was. He said, "I know where Kaylee is." And I'm thinking she was alive. I said, "Fine, let's go together." He said, "We can't, she's dead."
So he told you that to your face?
Yes, ma'am.
And this is Dominic Casey?
Yes, ma'am.
Did he ever reveal who told him where the body was?
No, ma'am.
Mr. Hoover, how long have you been a private eye?
Since 1975.
Did you tell police this when they interviewed you?
Yes, ma'am.
Did they believe you knew who gave the tip?
Well, I just told the same thing. I asked Dominic several times who it was, and it was on the videotape. He was on the cell phone, various times.
When you guys went out to the scene, what was Dominic Casey saying about looking for the body?
It's pretty somber on the way out to the onto the site. We had talked about very briefly just what we would do if we did find her.
And, Mr. Hoover, with us, everyone, Private Eye out of Tampa, Florida, Jim Hoover, who worked for the Anthony family. You do know that Dominic Casey is saying he was led there by a psychic.
That's one of the stories, yes.
What are the other stories?
Well, originally, I believe he said he was talking to his daughter. And
right.
I believe he also said he talked to a friend of Casey's at one point.
Right, that said they used to hang out there as teenagers, as children, but why would a private eye go to where a grown woman used to hang out as a kid when she was in elementary and high school? For what?
That's a question you'd have to ask Mr. Casey, I'm afraid.
When you guys left the scene that day, Mr. Hoover, did Mr. Casey say anything about not finding the body?
Well, you realize we went to the woods, so we also went to a house and searched there, and we did go back to the woods again, and then we left there and we went to meet George and Cindy, excuse me, some people from the Kids Find Network.
When you went to go meet George and Cindy, did they know you had been at this site looking for the body?
Well, I hadn't said anything. I don't know if Dominic did or not.
Did it come up during the conversation?
Not with me, no ma'am.
Where did you go with the Anthonys?
Well, they were already at a site in Orlando where they were selling T-shirts of the Kids Find Network. People were coming down saying hello to them, that sort of thing.